Morning, Miss Fisher. We're in there waiting for you. Talk about tense.
Right.
I've sorted out all your post. God, you get loads, don't you?
Right, first things first. Did you have that when I interviewed you?
Just sort of popped out over summer.
How many months, Janice?
6, maybe 7. I'm not quite sure. I'm not being sick anymore, if that's what you're worried about.
Now listen, all of this stuff needs editing, okay? Anything from the LEA, Department of Education, new guidelines, all needs to go in the round file.
Round file?
And everything else I'll deal with, eventually. It's your job to sort out that crap so I can get on with my own job, okay? You're my gatekeeper. Got it?
Don't worry, Miss Fisher. Your gate is now shut.
This is the reason why I'm not with you.
You ready?
Yeah.
Right, no calls while we deal with this.
Not you! You're undoing 5 years of my hard work!
Why does everything have to be about you?
It's not! But you know what this is really about.
Well, why don't you take a seat, Mr. Kirby, and enlighten us?
The educational system in this country fails children like mine. For the last 5 years, I've been teaching my children one-to-one with great success.
Success? They have no friends except each other. They know nothing but textbooks and exams.
They're focused!
They're hothouse flowers!
Well, this is clearly old territory for both of you. So why don't we find a way to move this forward?
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. Let my children develop. Let them grow. There are things that they need to learn that you can't teach them at the kitchen table.
Ruth has an IQ of someone twice her age. Do you even know where this school is on the league tables?
League tables are only part of the story. This is a multicultural school with a very diverse catchment area. We cater for the needs of many different children here.
Words. Just words!
Well, we're going to back those words up with our actions. See, I've looked at Ruth's records, and I agree. We need to take an unconventional approach with her. So she won't be placed in her own year group. Instead, we'll fast-track her straight into GCSE classes.
But that's just more hothousing. You're missing the point.
Realistically, Mrs. Kirby, if we put her with her own peer group, she'll be bored before first period. Also, I've asked one of our pupils to help her through her first week, Sam Kelly. She's a real Waterloo Road success.
Mr. Kirby, my first priority is to make this school a very safe environment. I do not tolerate violence or bullying. Your children will be very safe here. I can promise you that.
You've got 1 week.
But I don't want to stay here.
Ruth, you have to give it a chance.
Why? Dad.
Maybe it's time, sweetheart. Maybe I've taught you all I can.
No. I want to be with you.
I know. And I want to be with you. You and your brother are the best things I've ever done. Now, come on.
How long?
I don't know.
How long do I have to give it?
A week, at least.
If it doesn't work?
Then you never have to set foot in this place again.
Fine.
Right, settle down. Take a look at the sheet.
Not your sheet.
Right. Got a lot to get through this year, so let's make a start. Look at the reading list in front of you.
Is a lot on there? Do you think we'll have to read it?
Yes, you do have to read them all. Now, the exam board has been particularly trendy this year by including some of their more politically correct selections. We even have a book about Nigeria.
The Other Side Truth. It's an excellent book. Most of it's set in London, actually.
A cultural island in an otherwise sea of chaffness. She's read it.
Yeah, I have. Have you?
Of course I've read. I've read everything on the list.
Don't you think it has something to say about the refugee experience? About the prejudice they encounter from the general populace and their own cultural group?
I think that it doesn't matter what I think because I am not sitting the exam. Any other questions before we move on?
And it's that T.S. Eliot's on here. Why are we doing the wasteland? I find it a little simplistic.
What?
Catcher in the Rye.
And what is the problem with that one?
It's just a teenage boy's silly fantasy. The protagonist is just a loser, and we're supposed to think it's so profound.
Spoiler alert. What, don't ruin the ending.
It's not that kind of book, really. You probably won't get it.
You young lady can go to the cooler.
There ain't one no more, sir. I'll have to take her to see Miss Fisher.
Marvellous idea. Follow me. Now, Mrs. Fisher, this young lady has been disrupting my class.
Really? And how's she been doing that?
Well, she's been asked. She has been asking questions. And if you ask me, she doesn't want the answers. She just likes the sound of her own voice. I mean, I do have other pupils.
Oh, I know that. And you know that. But she doesn't.
What?
She's been homeschooled, Mr. Button. It's attention-seeking. It's what she's used to.
Evidently.
Look, I wouldn't have put her in your class if I didn't think you were a match for her.
Of course. I mean, I've been teaching English since before she was born.
That's the spirit, Mr. Button. Go back to your classroom and show her what you're made of.
I will. Right, you, back to class.
But-
Now!